Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from a comic shop again this week, and it was a really slow week for me at the comic shop. Only 2 new comics. There was no True Believers editions out this week to pad out my pull list, so I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. Oh, look, a couple of freebies. Hunted, The Amazing Spider-Man number 17. I always pick up these cards for no reason because I never pick up the comics, but I like looking at the cards. Let's see what's on this one. Oh, we got Kraven the Hunter. Ooh, and he's got all the superheroes' heads on the walls like they were animals that he killed. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. No hero or villain is safe. March, April, and May. 3-month cross. Amazing Spider-Man 16.hu. What? Oh, you know what they're doing? They're putting one-shots and other series as the same number with HU on it. Because we got 16 HU, then Amazing Spider-Man 17 and 18. So there's 3 Amazing Spider-Mans out in March. Then in April, there's 4 Amazing Spider-Mans. 18 HU, 19, 19 HU, and 20. Then in May, there's 2 more Amazing Spider-Mans. 20 HU and 21. Wow. That is 9 issues of Amazing Spider-Man in 3 months. 3 issues a month. Wow. If you have Amazing Spider-Man on your pull list, suddenly you have 9 issues to pay for instead of 3. That sounds a little nuts. Don't miss a single issue of this sensational Spider event. Wow. That 9 issues. So instead of paying, holy God. No wonder Marvel fans are mad. All of a sudden, you have 9 issues of Spider-Man to buy. Unless you want to buy all 9. Oh, go right ahead. And the next freebie we got, of course, is the comic shop news. The Savage Avengers. All the what-ifs are now in continuity, I think. They've all come true. Their names are Savage. Got my deep voice announcer voice on tonight. Throat's a little scratchy from talking so much at the comic shop. All about Conan, Savage. Oh, look, a big poster. Everyone is a target. I'm for a giant poster. Is this the Spider-Man crossover? That's Venom. That's not even Kraven. I guess there's a... Is there a Venom crossover too? Boy. Lots of stuff. Ooh, Marvel Featured Defenders number 1, facsimile edition. I might get that. I think that's a $4 edition. Because that's a cool one to get. Even though I like the True Believers, I actually put a Hulk 181 facsimile edition on my pull list. I much prefer the dollar editions, but for Hulk 81, I'll pay $4. Why not? Oh, and Amazing I finally saw something about the Amazing Spider-Man strip. Last couple of weeks, I've said I'm friends on Facebook with Janice Chiang, the letterer, and she was saying her farewells to the strip. She'd been doing the strip for many years. And I wasn't sure if the strip was being canceled or what they were doing with it. And I just found out I follow a blog called The Daily Cartoonist. And it gives you the news from... comic strips, mostly. There's some comic book news in it, but they said that King Features, since the death of... The guy who actually writes the Daily Cartoonist said King Features had a big announcement about the Spider-Man strip. He thought it would be to announce that Roy Thomas was taking it over, who had been ghostwriting the strip for years. But no, the announcement was they're going into reruns on the Spider-Man strip. And then, after a certain period of time, I guess when they figure it out, they're going to relaunch the Spider-Man strip with, I don't know how they're going to figure out how they're going to there's no information on what they're going to do to relaunch it, but I guess all the people who are doing this version of the strip, Roy Thomas and who's drawing this, Alex Saviuk and Janice Chiang, are all off the strip. I wonder if they'll run reruns in Comic Shop News. I guess they are. They obviously get the syndicated feed. So I guess they'll just be reruns on Spider-Man for a while, and maybe they'll do a new strip. Alrighty. Now, here comes the 2 comics. Woohoo! The Walking Dead. What issue is this? 1 $89. I wonder if they're just going to lead up to a big 200 or something. The new place they found, the city, I can't remember its name. All sorts of trouble is starting there. They ended with a cliffhanger. I don't want to spoil too much, so I won't open it. But I think this is evidence of there might be some sort of civil unrest in this new city they found, that people are kept in socially striated areas, and it's not like where Rick and his people live back there, who everybody pitches in. It's an interesting little take on how we govern ourselves. So always enjoy The Walking Dead. Got the new issue, and what is back? Paper Girls, issue number 26. Oh, look, wraparound. This is now my only issue of Paper Girls, in that I sold the first 25. And I was actually going to drop Paper Girls before the hiatus, only because I liked it as a tuna. It was one of the last of the $3 books. Now it's a $4 book. And I'm like, do I like Paper Girls? $4? And it's one of those books that I enjoy. I enjoy reading, but I'm probably never going to read again. So that's why I ended up, besides the fact that I needed some money, I ended up selling these online. I got like what I paid for them, so it's not like which is a lot to get for a comic these days, especially an indie comic. But so a matter of fact, they only went across the river in Westchester. But this now that I was thinking about dropping it, but then they said, hey, this is the last story arc. I'm like, all right, I may as well stick around to the end. So there's 5 or 6 more issues of Paper Girls. I like this cover, though, actually. The more I look at it, I like the colors on this one. Halloween-y. But anyway, new Paper Girls. Sticking with the book to the end, even though the first 25 issues I shipped off to someone else. But, let's show you a little artwork. This is the one I just finished. Can't remember what I showed you. I'm doing some more of these Dreams of Things covers. I've just been... sometimes I just get on that run of things. I was on that run of big ink drawings. Now I want to make some different covers too, but I've just been... Sometimes you just fall into a comfort zone of doing things, and it is so hard to make anything. Now you're making something that's comfortable feels good for a while. I've just been doing my surrealistic, strange dream takes. After doing this photo, which was really, really hard, there was nothing comfortable about that. I'm happy to be doing some ink and marker drawings. I'm not sure which one I like best. Maybe the big face. It's funny, I think these markers look better under fluorescent light than sunlight. They look pretty good on this. The sunlight is so bright it tends to wash out the marker color. But the under the fluorescent lights, the marker color actually shines a lot more. So it's weird, because normally painting looks better under sunlight, but with these markers, I think it looks better under fluorescent light. Looking at it, So it's like, interesting little side note. Catch the light right, just so you catch the glare, the washes out the color, catch it just right, and the color vibrates. Alrighty. You guys all have a good week out there, and keep buying comics.